Hello, everyone. Welcome to session 17 of Dead Realm Season 3. I am your humble DM. With me is majority of the cast. I know I said Joseph would be back, but at the time of recording, it's December, and everyone has time for the holidays. And, it was hard getting this game together, but hopefully after the holidays are over, we'll get back to regular scheduled programming. But we have the rest of the party here, which is good. And you guys ready to play?
Yes, finally.
Yeah.
All right. So last session, since it's been a few weeks at the time of recording, you guys traveled deeper into the mountain, greeted the dwarves and the giants protecting the gates, and you had to hide Tim because he was an orc, and according to them, they don't like orc kind in giant lands. So you guys traveled a bit to the first town of Glimhale. So the first time you encountered on your travel into the mountains, while going down the mountains, you're encountering some paths that were purposely blocked due to it being dangerous. And when you try to talk with the locals, you see that some pathways are blocked because of there's massive hordes within the mountain. You guys got some new digs. You got a disguise for Tim. Then you went to the wolf spider's den, a gambling slash tavern type of deal. You guys basically broke even, gained a little bit of profit, enough profit to stay for the night. And during your escapades, you were, taking the scenery and try to relax a bit. That is until someone knocked on the door for bed warmers, and what knocked on your door is not a regular human person, but a devil, a red devil appeared itself in front of you guys, and that's where we last left off. This devil has curled horns, kind of similar to a ram's horns. His skin completely red. Has thin wings, but average musculature of that to a human. He has a long, thin tail, and his eyes are infernal red. This kind of takes you guys off guard. And he says, "Now, I believe you and I," and he points at you, Davin, "have some business to discuss."
Lavina's gonna slow her head. She's like looking at the devil, and then very slowly she turns to Dalvin and is like, "Did you make a deal with somebody and decided not to tell anybody?"
Serious? Hello?
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, but
Lavina looks at you and is like, "Did you make a deal with this devil? Why do they need you specifically?"
No.
he
I'm
says,
famous. God.
he says to you, "I know you cheat." Up, dog cameo. I know you cheat. You cheated in that card game. There is no way I could have lost a hand. There's no way luck would be involved too. I even stacked the deck in my favor. There's no way.
Oh, I remember you. Oh, dude, man, come on. Double sevens. You lost there. Lavina, I
this is
won the money
bullshit.
off of him.
This is
He's
bullshit.
upset. See, this is why I don't gamble, man. I don't remember all the people I beat.
He says, "Look, dwarf, there's one thing that's gonna make all this happy. Either you give me some of the gold you won, or I'm gonna tell everyone in this establishment that you got an orc within your party. And as soon as they heard that, they're gonna get the giant guard, and you know that they do not like having orcs amidst their ass. So just hand over some coin, and then I'll shut my lips."
I already passed it to my partner out of town. You got to follow me there if you want to.
Make a charisma check.
Dang! Word. I wasn't so ready to get my dice is still on.
What you roll there, bud?
Oh, I'm just happy to play. 1 second. I haven't rolled yet. I have to get my dice. I get my dice out. I want to.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
how's
you
Trying
just-
to blackmail us, even though he's the one who's cheating.
how's the rest of you? How's the rest of you react to this?
I rolled a 19. I have +0 on my charisma, so 19.
19. He kind of looks at you and says, "Yeah, partner, right? I doubt that. I mean," and he gestures towards the room. "How could you easily afford this type of establishment. There's no way you would win multiple times. And in this room,
Dude, I took
quite
the
expensive.
whole table's money. I took the whole table's money. Are you kidding me, bro? Dude, I won the whole pot. That was a lot of money.
Well, you
that you
won
lost.
with a tainted hand. So
No, I
what's-
didn't.
So
Dude,
what's the
you
goal and
suck.
be?
I challenge you to you do not insult me and call me a cheat to my face and threaten me. I'll fight you outside or I'll fight you here. Those are your only two fucking options at this point. But you're really pissing me off because I just want to go to bed.
How do the rest of you react to it?
I'm trying to not draw attention to myself. He's already alluded to the fact that I'm not welcome here, so I'm not trying
Fair
to
enough.
turn the
No. See, he messed up when he called me a cheat. I won fair and
Yeah.
fucking square, and I will be damned if anybody walks away from me without either apologizing or just going about their business with their tail tucked between their legs. So you got two choices. I either get my pickaxe and put it against your head, or you walk the fuck out of here.
How about we make a third choice? You say you're not to cheat? Let's prove it. He snaps his fingers and a deck of cards reveals in his hand. And to keep things fair, I'll even let your elven friend deal. And he tosses the deck of cards to you. You
Dalvin grabs his pickaxe.
he then says,
God.
you beat me in a 1-round game of cards. Whoever forms the best hand wins. You win, I'll walk away. I'll forget this whole ordeal ever happened. I win, though. That you're going to give me the gold that you took from me and then some. Does that sound fair?
No, if I win, I kill you. You ready to risk your life calling me a cheat? I'm not playing a game. I will kill you if I win.
All right.
No one calls me a cheat in my life.
He says,
I will kill you.
He then says, oh, how fun could we have? But let's.
Dalvin swings. Dalvin swings his pickaxe.
Oh,
my
why-
God. This is the first time we've had a nice place to stay with a bath. Like, as he goes to grab his axe to beat it, you just hear her go, Dalvin, wait, we haven't had a bed in fucking weeks. Don't do this. God damn it, I miss having a bath.
Alright, what'd you roll for initiative?
I'm sorry, give me a second.
Olivina's silently weeping. I just want to go to bed.
I know, but like as a dwarf in this world, like disrespecting someone's honor like that,
Hey, I'm down for it, my man.
like there's just like he could have said a lot of things, but he said that, and I already established this when I made Dalvin behind everyone's back.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good.
So it's just straight roll, right?
Says, yep, straight roll. Whoever side rolls
Okay.
the highest, that side gets to go first.
15 on me.
Okay. What did the rest of you two roll?
Oh, do we all have to roll initiative?
Yeah, combat started.
Fuck. It's just, we don't, what did we add? It's our power, right?
No, it's just a straight roll.
Oh, it's just a straight roll. Sorry,
Yeah.
17.
17, okay. Tim?
4.
4. See how good I roll. I rolled a 16, so
I know, so you
17
guys didn't
beats it.
hear how I was talking and try to stop me? Like, how did we get here?
You wouldn't shut the fuck up. How could we stop
Yeah,
you?
you couldn't hear me crashing out. You couldn't hear Dalvin crashing out in real time. I was like, whoa, wait, what's going on?
Yeah, but, yeah,
It
but
was too late. It happened so quickly.
you guys get the first side of initiative, so what do you guys do? Which one would like to go first? Canonically, it should be Dalvin, so...
I mean,
To go first, I'm not gonna stop. And Lavina's fucking dumbfounded.
all right, I'm gonna, let's see, how do I do this?
Well, are you gonna say what you're gonna say? Grab your pickaxe and try to hit him in the face?
Yeah, Dalvin, are you man of your word?
No, because I have two sides to my pickaxe. I want to hit him in his foot. And if I do that, then I want to ram his head into the other end of the pickaxe.
Okay.
So everyone else has time to stop me. So let's see what happens.
Alright, make an attack roll. See what happens.
Man, oh, let's see. I got +5 on power. Oh, I miss Dalvin so much. Oh, that's a natural 20. Oh my god,
Oh man!
I haven't. Oh, I'm back. Oh my god.
Welcome back. All right, go ahead and roll damage and times it by 2.
So it's just one D roll. It's just one die roll.
It's 1 die roll and times it by 2.
Okay. 16 damage.
60 damage. Yeah, you take your pickaxe and with great speed and ferocity, you stomp your pickaxe right into the foot of this devil. Unexpectedly, he screams out in pain. Go ahead and just make a gravel check. I'll give you advantage because you crit.
Love that dice tower. Oh, that's a 19 plus 5, 24. Jeez.
Yeah. So you do it, and you slam his head right up against the other end of the pickaxe. Go ahead and roll the same damage type.
Killing a devil. Ooh, that's a 9 plus 5, 14.
14. Okay.
You said it's a times 2? No, it's not times 2. Sorry. Yeah, 14.
Not times 2. Yeah. Yeah. You take his horns, and then you just slam it at the back of your pickaxe. At this point, he kind of feels like, oh, and then he just collapses on the ground, knocked out. It seems. You get the feeling he was more of a talker rather than an actual doer. So what do the rest of you do? The door was open, so the screams echoed throughout the hallway. So what do you all do?
Lavina is gonna. This is Dalvin's fight, but at the same time, she's not trying to get kicked out. So she's gonna shoot a look towards Tim and then Dalvin and going, make sure they shut the fuck up. And she's gonna step outside and close the door behind her.
Okay.
Dalvin's gonna put his short sword in the dude's hand and then walk out.
Okay.
I was like, this guy tried to stick me because he lost in the fucking gamble. And then throws the dude out.
As you go and do that, you see some of the staff runs approach you. You see Lavina opening the door, and you see Dalvin tossing him with the short sword in hand, and you say this, convincing enough as they say, oh, devilkin in our place? We gotta get this thing out of here. And then they just drag him out.
Let's go take a bath, please.
And then one of the staff says, listen, we're sorry that this has happened to you. Usually our security team would be more efficient, but don't worry, we will conversate in this. Just give us some time and enjoy your stay.
Thank you, but I'm really angry about this, so I'm just gonna go now.
Very, very understandable, sir. And then you just shut the door on them. Yeah, but you guys are by your lonesome. At this point, Tangy comes out of the bath. He's like, hey guys, what's going on? Why is there blood on the floor? I heard some commotion going out, but what the hell happened?
Someone called me the worst thing you could call a dwarf. A cheat. And he paid for it.
What, that guy at the gambling table came?
Yes, the nerve. Like, I won fair and square.
I don't know, man. People are weird. Well, listen, I'm done with the showers. If you want to hit the showers, then by all means.
I don't know. Lavina says she needs to go first. I'm angry, but she can go first if she needs to.
The gentleman.
Lavina's just sitting there, like, rubbing her temples. She's, like, muttering kind of under her breath, like, we can't go anywhere nice. We can't have any nice things. And it's all our fault. And she just, like, starts wandering off towards the bathroom, just shaking her head, muttering, like, we can't have any fucking nice things. We can't go anywhere.
Fair enough. Tim, how do you react?
They thanked us. Wait a minute.
I think we lucked out there. I mean, I thought I was done for, but I guess devil folk aren't welcome here either. So that was pretty lucky break on my part. But like, we know they're gonna be looking out for unwelcome people here, so I gotta be more careful.
You don't need to be. We did everything fair and square. He's just upset. Nobody was looking at us except for the one who lost.
What's our plan after this, though? Like,
I think we've done it pretty.
realistically, what are we doing? How long are we gonna stay here? What do we even know where we're going after this?
Yeah, we're going deeper into the mountain.
But, like, that's not a place. Like, deeper, like,
I've never
like
been
where did
here. I
Me
honestly, I
neither.
couldn't tell you. I just know that's where we have to go. We are going to chart some land. This is
Okay.
going to be new for all of us. And honestly, an orc charting land for giants might make people look the other way at you. Especially if you come back from there, as opposed to being here now, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I'm overthinking it.
Question.
And
Really
then
quick.
tomorrow we're out here.
What's your question, Ness?
Sorry. He threw cards at me. Do I still have those?
Yeah, you still have a deck of cards within your hand.
Okay. Continue. I'm taking a shower. I was just curious.
It's all good. But yeah, you guys rest up. You guys get a full rest. So next day, you hear a knock on your door.
Dalvin answers.
You answer the door. It's one of the staff, but they seem to be wearing better garments. He says, "Good evening, sir. I am the head of this establishment." And you see, like, looking up, you see that he is an elven man. More specifically, a dark elf, which kind of takes you off by surprise. He says, "We are at the..." Oh, fuck, I forgot the name again. Hold on, I'm looking at my notes.
Welcome back.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while indeed.
It's been a while.
See here. He says, "We here at the Wolf Spider Stand do reach out to our apologies for our security team for a lack of your guys' safety. As compensation for the events that occurred the previous nights, we offer you to give you guys some coin. You may wish to keep it, you may wish to gamble it. It is up to you. But again, we do sincerely apologize, sir."
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And he gives you a pouch. And as he gives it to you, you could tell it has a lot of coin in it.
How many specifically? How much?
Do you check?
No, that's disrespectful in front of him. But as soon as I close the door, yes.
Okay. You close the door and you open and like, damn, there's like 100 gold in there.
Shit.
Violence is the answer. It's the only thing Dalvin takes from this.
So if you want to split it, it's 25 gold per person.
Dalvin keeps it. He looks at everyone. I won this.
You won it, but if we're ever low on rations, would you be willing to share just a little bit so we can eat? So you
Yes,
can
of
keep winning
course.
money?
Yeah, it has my entire time since we've woken up not been to keep everyone here alive.
I'm not saying
Yeah,
it
I
wasn't.
wasn't
I'm
worried
just
about
making
that.
sure.
He's never been one to be tight-fisted, so I'm not too worried about
Except when I'm fighting.
True.
it.
All right.
All right.
You guys eat some complimentary breakfast to fuel your up for your day, and you're back
What
to
are they offering?
breakfast for the day. I'm not gonna get too much specifics in it.
Okay.
But you guys eat breakfast. It was a tasty breakfast. You guys then go back to the gambling hall / main lobby area, and at this point it's up to you. You turn in your room key. It says, "Thank you for staying at the Wolfing Spire." And again, we do apologize for that event that occurred last night. Are you going to be renting another room for another night?
In a few days. Hopefully when we return.
Fair enough. Well, if you're free to gamble, you're welcome to any time.
Thank you.
All right. So what do you guys do next?
Can I look at these playing cards? Are they just like standard, regular playing cards? He did kind of manifest them, so.
As
I'm
you look at the
curious.
playing cards, you open the deck and you're examining them, and you see that these are playing cards, but you could tell they're like the nice looking ones with like a different back card than the actual symbols on it are more of the demonic variety. Obviously, it has clubs, spades, diamonds, hearts. However, it's like demonic imagery and numbering rather than your regular average deck of playing cards.
I think the next time he needs to conjure that deck of playing cards, it's going to disappear from your hands. But I don't know for a fact. I'm just speculating.
I mean, who's to say he's still
Well-
alive?
Well, like even so, the second I imagine this is like not a private conversation, but they're like keeping it within themselves. Like Lavina just kind of shrugs and goes, "Well, there's plenty of torches. It's cold here. There's plenty of fires to toss these into." I mean, if he's gonna bust into our room and cause a bunch of commotion, then why the fuck should he have playing cards? He said he was a cheater anyways.
Yeah, I mean, he's not important. Let's cards aren't. You do what you want with them. I mean, if he takes them back, so be it. But if we see him again, he's dead.
All right.
Let's get in the carriage and hide everybody who needs to be hid. Let's get out of here.
All right. You guys hop on your carriage and you guys make your way around town. Do you make any stops, any trips, anything like that?
Is there like a stables? Can we upgrade this carriage? I have gold. Like,
there is a Staples. There's a giant
let's
stable.
upgrade.
There's a giant size stable.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Let's ride a giant stable through the mountains.
All right. As you find a stable, you're able to procure one. Funnily enough, they have a stable that is for all sizes, and the name is not really necessarily, full of pizzazz, but it's just called the Giants Stable, and the S with the Giants is spelled with a Z instead of an S. And you approach the carriage, and you just hear a loud stomp. He goes, and he looks down at you guys and says, "Welcome to my stables. I'm Henry. How may I be of service to you?" This giant's about 10 feet tall, average for a giant.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I could hear you fine. I just speak very slowly.
That's fine. I just want to make sure. We want to upgrade our stable to something bigger.
He says, "Well, that stable's the right size for you, but..." And who else is sitting up front? Is it just Ness, or...?
Yes. We are intending to find things in the mountains and bring back. We need a bigger stable.
Ooh, I could help you out with that. And then he kind of gestures towards a bigger stable, which is just a regular stagecoach, but slightly bigger to accommodate 10-foot giants. Says, "This one, quite big, And tell you what, I'll even exchange mounts. However, it's going to cost a little bit bigger. Now, if you wish to go deep in the mountains, I suggest grabbing some oxen. Not only are they tough, not only are they known for their courageous, not only can they charge in case of a fight and to push your way through, they also make good meats when dire situations comes." And you see the oxen have like a weird expression, like a what type of looks. But he says, "Just kidding about last one. Unless you're really, really hungry. This here, in exchange for your mounts, I would say would run you 50 gold. But
Dalvin
if you look
opens up his gold pouch
as you do,
and drops some 50 gold.
He says, "Well, I was going to offer something more comforting on your ride, similar to this, but it would just be only a mere 25 gold increase from 50.
No, I think the ox and this big carriage will suit our needs just right.
Very well. If you wish to grab whatever things from your carts right now would be the perfect time to do so. I will get the oxen ready and some necessary supplies to take care of your oxen. Now, if you excuse me, I'll be fetching the ox. Go ahead and place your things in this new carriage." And then he walks away. And
as soon as he turns around, I just literally smuggle everyone into the other carriage.
Yeah, you do
before
so.
he turns around.
It doesn't seem
Perfect.
anything like crazy or what have you. It seems like 4 people grabbing stuff. Now you're grabbing all your. I'm assuming you're just grabbing your bare essentials and then whatever.
No, I just remembered. I did grab a guard's large ass weapon. That's why I need a big carriage. Can that fit in my new carriage?
Yes.
Yes. I almost forgot that. Holy
Strapped to the
Toledo.
roof of our carriage, is
It has been. It has literally
Yeah.
been strapped to the roof of the carriage.
Yeah. That's why
I don't even have
was going a
stats for that
little
thing. I don't even have the stats for this thing.
Yeah.
Giant sword? Okay, whatever.
It was a giant club, I believe.
Giant club. There we go.
Yeah, you grab your things along with the necessary things for the wagon, such as stuff that change, like the wheel and what have you. Besides that basic equipment and maybe some of the neat furnishings. Probably not the furnishings, but After a while, the giant brings an oxen, average ox size, and ox are pretty big. He says, "Now this ox right here, his name is Blue, but you can name it whatever you want."
Does he have blue eyes?
He does have blue eyes.
Yeah. Lavina is gonna like gently reach forward and like put her hand on like the muzzle of this ox. She goes, "I think Blue is perfect." She like looks really deep into the animal's eyes. She's like, "We're gonna take really good care of you. Don't you worry."
Blue licks your face.
Oh, I'm just gonna give it a big old hug.
Very well. Now, do you wish to? Now, I've given Blue here rations for the next 5 days for him. Do you wish to buy any more rations for Blue here?
How much are the rations?
Oh, one ration for Blue is about 2 gold.
And next question: could we eat those rations?
I wouldn't strongly recommend it.
Understood. I will remember that. Let's see. Give me 4 more days rations.
Very well. That'll be 8 gold then.
And he hands him 8 more gold.
All right. He takes it, accepts it, and he pushes another pouch on Blue. He says, "Is there anything else I may be able to assist you with as far as your new carriage and Blue is concerned?"
You have rations for us?
I do not sell that, but you could get them at the grocer. It's a little bit out of the way in town, but you're able to procure rations over there.
No, then we're good. Thank you.
Do be safe on your travels. I heard that some of the dead things within the mountain have like stone skin now or something. It's weird.
How are we supposed to... Hold on. Whoa, time it. Stop. How would you recommend fighting them? Have you seen any of these things?
I haven't seen any myself, but from what I've heard from people who are coming back from there, some of the undead hordes, they are more like the zombies, but it seems they have harder, thicker skin. It's probably harder to actually hit them. But, other than that, anything could possibly kill them. You just probably got to swing a couple hits. But I think a dwarf strong as you could handle that, huh?
Flattery gets you places. I appreciate that.
And it brings good business. Take care, little ones. Be safe on your travels as you guys exit the stables.
You guys want to get rations, or you guys just want to go?
Does Dalvin have the party's money? Just like...
Yeah.
No, that was all just for my money. I don't even have everyone else's money yet.
I don't know what Tangy has. I forgot.
I think we gave you our money while you were gambling.
No, I passed it all back out.
Okay, so I guess my gold number is correct. Well, I could buy us some rations.
Yeah.
I mean, I have 5 on me, but if we're gonna be out for longer than a handful of days.
All right.
It's the fact that we don't know how long it's going to take us to reach the next town that's the issue.
All right. You guys go and buy rations. You'll try to scavenge for the best price. The best price you could get for rations nowadays is 3 gold per ration, and they're basically the basic ration. So 1 ration will equal 3 gold.
I get 3 rations, so I have a total of 8 now.
All right. So you removed 9 gold, and now you have some more rations. Does anyone else want to purchase anything in the city while you're here?
No,
I'll
I'm
buy
good.
1 ration.
Okay. That'll be 3 gold then.
Yep.
All right. You guys buy your rations, and you guys ask after asking around for directions. You are able to figure out, hey, like where we're gonna get the rune, all this other stuff, and you guys recall a conversation the previous day with. God damn! Did I write this name down? I don't think I did. Fuck. See here. Loading screen in my head right now. Stand by.
Can somebody remind me what we roll to get our spell slots back?
Well, a D4.
Thank you.
Yeah, but you went to the clothing shop and they said that, obviously you need to go deeper into mountain to go to the room, but they talk to you about something about the rune maker, who makes runes, but he lies deep within the mountain. You would have to get past a cavern of sorts. Do you remember the previous conversation the previous day? But nonetheless, you guys exit the town of Glimhill and make your way down. And as you're exiting the town, turning to see last remaining light before you guys have to use your torches to serve as lights, as you guys travel down. A couple of hours have passed at this point, and sometimes you have to change out a torch or two. But afterwards, you are left with the fork in the road. There are three forks in the road, more specifically. There is one pointing to some time a town to the left, but it has been crossed out, and the words "Do not enter." Dead things there. To the right, you see a town that leads to a town called Finn. Question mark on it. That the question mark seems to be new, but then the forward ahead just says Rune Maker, and then there's another sign that seems to be nailed underneath. Says, "If you go there, you might die, but if you reach there, the Rune Maker will make you a rune."
Yeah, it's not ominous at all.
No, not at all. None of them. Totally normal things to see on the road.
The room maker?
Rune.
Oh.
That's who we're looking for. I would guess, assuming that these signs are telling the truth.
Then we're going, right?
No other choice.
All right. You guys venture forward. Some time has passed. What do you guys talk about?
While we're on the road, Lavina does pull out Fifi's flute, and she is going to play like a little quiet little road tune as we like chat and move along the road. Like this whole time, Lavina's been like quietly playing on Fifi's flute since we're like in his homeland.
Okay. You are quietly playing Fifi's flute, trying to break the silence of cave drippings and slight cracks here and there.
I'm going to talk about the intricacies of salmon farming for as long as it's socially acceptable. As soon as people start seeming like, okay, I've had enough, then I'm going to stop talking about it. But as long as people still seem interested, I'm going to keep going.
I believe we have a bigger carriage space, so I'm just going to make sure we have space for beds before trying to find a way to drown out the salmon talk.
Yeah. Yeah. In comparison to your previous cavern, which really only has space for you and Tangy, you actually have a little bit of space for everyone. Everyone has enough room to sleep in one carriage. That way, like Tim and Lavina don't have to be cramped. They have some space to lay down. It's not big enough to have like individual beds, but it's big enough to all of you to share kind of a space, but separate from one another.
I guess like as the salmon talk gets slowly drowned out, Lavina's gonna like set the flute down and she's gonna look at it for a minute and goes, What are y'all gonna do once we finish saving the world, I guess? Do you know? Are you just gonna go back home and are you gonna keep adventuring and helping people? Do y'all know?
I still haven't found my wife yet, so I'm going to keep
Yeah,
looking for her. My world won't be saved even if we get rid of these zombies.
What's your wife's name?
Delilah.
It's a really pretty name. I'm sure she's as pretty as her name indicates.
Or so.
I'm gonna be around for a very long time. So once this is all over, if you want help saving your world, I'm right here by your side.
Thanks.
As long as it means I keep fighting, I got you too, bro.
I don't know. I don't know anything yet. I don't know if fighting is like, for all I know, she's died of old age already. Like,
Don't matter, man. I got a club, and I really want to see how this works.
I appreciate that, guys.
It's. I think ultimately, no matter how it ends, Tim, it's better to have, as cheesy as it sounds, it's better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. Because if you get
I
through this
think that-
life with your heart still intact, I don't think you did it correctly.
I think that's very wise.
The ox all of a sudden stops and gets scared.
Dalvin grabs his club and walks out. Oh, it's time, baby.
You
I
grab.
feel like this club is like 3 times the size of Dalvin.
Oh, it is.
By the way.
you prepared to grab the club, but you see what exactly is the issue. It's not scared because of some enemy. There's an obstacle in the way. In fact, there seems like to be a large gap between your carriage and further out. There seems to be a 20-foot gap in between you and the other side of the platform.
Are there trees?
I really
I guess
hope
we're
this
on
is.
the ground.
Is this the part of us dying that they were talking about?
Are we gonna have to do this stupid jumping thing again? That was fucking awful.
20 feet? There's no way.
You're not
20
jumping.
no.
You're not jumping an ox 20 feet.
I don't. Tim, she like looks over. She's like, Tim, I don't think you weren't around for when we all first gathered. I don't. It was pretty fucked up. I don't think you get it.
Yeah, but 20 feet is 20. That is 20 feet. That's a. Because the other way around. Let's.
Yeah, if there's no like hidden passage or alternative route, then we have to build a bridge. I don't think we can really hoist.
Tangy then
carriage.
says, "Oh no, I got Radiant here. She could just drop us off one by one across."
Ox included
Damn.
and the carriage.
I don't think
fucking
she can
strong.
handle the ox and the carriage. How about this? How about you three go ahead, and me and Radiant will watch the carriage. And when you guys come back, we'll just fly you across again.
Tangy, I understand you have Radiant and Luminous, but I don't feel comfortable leaving you alone in the giant mountains.
It's alright. That's why I got Radiant here. If anything happens, she'll just grab
Every
me and
time
fly to
we
you.
separate. No. Every time we separate, one of us dies. All right? Remember that?
Yeah,
Can we not?
people are still after our heads, Tangy.
That was before the the weird shadow assassin stuff. But we've took care of that.
What if we end up not coming back this way? What if we have to leave in a hurry and we can't go back the way we came, and there's another chasm? Like.
Well, there hasn't been
Only-
chasm when we got up here.
Lavina's gonna kneel down and grab Tangy by his tiny little face and goes, Tangy, you are the light of this party. We're not going anywhere without you. Do you understand me? The world is very dark right now. You are our light.
Tangy then says, "Okay, I'll go with you, but Radiant, well, can you watch the cart?" Radiant says, "Of course, I'll take care of Blue here, and if there's anything wrong, then I'll fly straight to you guys. I'll be able to find you." And then, one by one, Radiant takes each of you across the chasm, including Tangy.
All right. I'm pretty invested in this ox at this point. So.
No. I'm invested. That was a lot of gold. You just have to leave.
I'm invested. I
And
put in 50
I-
gold
I-
for this.
To be fair, we all made a promise to this ox in one way, shape, or form. So, god damn it, the ox is part of the party too, just as much as Tangy is.
I feel like that's my ox, like more so than anyone else's here. So-
Well, my
No,
ox
I'm not.
especially.
I'm not claiming ownership of the ox.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'm just saying that
I
the
can't
ox is
afford
as
an ox,
important
man.
to the party
I
as
just
we
did.
are.
Dude, where I'm from, the fees to register an ox is fucking crazy, and you got to get insurance for it. It's fucked up, man.
All right. Well, let's just go because I'm really upset about this right now. Just.
All right. Do you take your great club?
Oh.
You're gonna get
Can't
stuck in
help
the
you,
What a
Gary.
doorway.
great question. What a great. Is it logically feasible to carry my crossbow rifle, my pickaxe, and a great club? Oh,
I don't think it would be possible to carry all of them. I think the only option is either you could carry the great club or your other weapon, which you have on you.
Either get rid of all of your weapons and just carry this club, or leave the club behind.
Tam, can you shoot this crossbow, Tam? Like, can anyone use this? I love this crossbow. This is Fee-Fi's crossbow. I need the. But
What
the great
stat is
club.
a
The
crossbow?
club. What's up?
What stat does the crossbow use?
Agility.
I have a +2. It's not my best stat, but
So do I. He tosses you the crossbow and takes the great club.
alright.
All right. You.
What's the stats on the great club?
The great club is a heavy weapon. In this case, a very heavy weapon, because it is unwieldy to you, and only like big giants can wield it. It's two-handed. It deals 2d12 bludgeoning damage. But oh, my dog really wants to leave the room. But I'll let her out as soon as I explain this. So it does 2d12 damage, and it is. You would basically have to give up 2 attacks just to swing it with 1 attack because it's an oversized weapon. I would say.
Got you.
All right. I'm gonna let my dog out real quick. You guys can roleplay as you guys travel through the chasm.
That's karma for making us leave the ox behind. He can't have his dog in the room.
Burn.
The dog did not abide by what's going on here. He's like, this is wrong. The animals are part of the party.
It's like as soon as we land on the other side, Lavina's just gonna cast Create Light on the top of her quarterstaff, so we have
Sure.
some light.
Okay.
Dalvin walks ahead with like a Giga Chat face on.
Giga Chat face carrying a big ass club on his shoulders with 2 of his hands.
I feel like there's so much snow and things falling. There's just 2 snowy mounds with just a divot right in the middle where Dalvin's just fucking dragging the goddamn. Lavina's just walking in the club's wake.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you for clearing the path, Dalvin. I appreciate it.
That's what I do.
All right. You guys travel further. There is some menial obstacles, but thanks to Dalvin's big stick, as we like to call it, easily able to clear the path. You guys travel further ahead, and as you do, see this large, gargantuan-sized chasm. And you see that there used to be several paths, or at least several roads that lead up towards the other side of this chasm. And you can see most of them have been utterly destroyed. The only ones that seem to be functioning is the path that you guys are on right now, a path that is up and further and out of the way, and a path a bit further to your right that's still connecting to the main base that leads to the right side of this cavern. But there are 2 things that definitely stand out within this large cavern. Well, 3 things, actually. Firstly, most of the roads seem to be crumpled a bit. So as far as age or durability, you guys aren't too sure how good it is. Secondly, as soon as you look further out and down, you see that there is a horde that basically covers this entire bottom of the chasm. And go ahead and make a perception check for all of you.
10.
Ooh, 10.
10. Okay.
6.
6. Oof. Yeah, you just see massive hordes of undead just all around you at the bottom. And the third and major thing that definitely sticks out the moment you look at it again is that this other side of the cavern seems to have a giant embedded within that side of the cavern. It takes up that whole side of the cavern, completely made out of rock and kind of melded into the side of this cavern. Its eyes closed and dormant.
Why does the rune maker live here? Is he evil? Does he make zombies? Why does he surround himself with them?
Don't know, but I mean, we made it, right?
Rune magic is an old and ancient magic. It's I'm not surprised that he's maybe protecting himself because these are not kind lands. I wouldn't blame him. A lot of people vie for that kind of power.
I guess if you're that powerful, you can just set up a bunch of protection runes wherever you are, and you might as well save yourself the energy and use some natural defenses.
All right.
Hmm.
Do you guys go forward?
Yeah, so there's three paths. We have no way of knowing which.
Yeah.
We might as well pick the middle one, the one we're on right now, right? Like,
Yeah, let's go for it.
All right. You go forward. As you go forward, you can tell that this bridge is very deteriorated. Now, it's not tipping over, it's not falling over, it's not giving out anything that would indicate that it would be destroyed. But you think that if a lot of activity were to happen on this, whether it be on the bridge you're on or maybe at the base of it, you would presume that it would be a not only a fatal drop, but could also risk your safety. And by the time you get halfway through, you feel the bridge shaking a bit.
stay calm, folks. No sudden movements. Keep walking. I mean,
Yeah, I
doesn't
guess keep your
benefit
weight.
us to stay still.
All right.
I guess we should just do our best to keep our weight evenly distributed. Walk with a surety.
All right. At this point, I would like everyone to make agility checks for me, please, to see if you are able to maintain not your balance necessarily, but see if you're agile enough to not make too much of the disturbance on the bridge. I'll roll for Tangy.
18.
Hey, nat 20,
Let's go.
22.
Tangy rolled a nat one.
Well, the nat 20 should help, right?
And Tangi's
Wow.
light.
To
It
be
should
fair,
be
yeah, Tangy,
weighted.
would it, I think Tangy's so small, he just falls through the cracks of the ground.
Well, he is wearing armor, so that could possibly play in his balancing skills. But what did the you two roll?
16.
16?
I
Okay.
rolled a 13.
13? Okay. It's good enough. The DC was a 10. You guys are able to balance yourselves a bit, especially you, Tim. You know how to, sneak up and do sneak tactics, all this other stuff. Tangi's trying to do the same thing. However, he just, at one point, he trips over a crack and, like, cling, clang, clang, like, and the cling of his armor kind of echoes throughout this cavern. Luckily, none of the undead heard it, as you guys are able to quickly get him back up before he would make any other noise and continue forward. As you get more further down, you just feel the entire mountain shake. This whole entire cavern shake, along with the mountain as well.
Hell no.
What are the odds that giant made out of stone used to be a giant made out of giant and like was somehow turned into stone?
Are you Tim, are you suggesting that these mountains are alive?
I don't know. I don't know what the cause of that might be, but I've seen crazier things, and I don't want to find out by getting turned into granite.
How much more of this bridge do we have until we're on solid
You're
ground
almost
again?
on solid ground. You're almost on solid ground. By the time you get to solid ground, there seems to be a large base platform in front of this large giant being. Like, and this thing's like huge. You're like up to the middle of its chest where the platform is located. But you see, like, as you get closer, you see like he is at least covering at least half of this cavern, and you could tell that he is big. He is. We're talking about skyscraper tall here. Um, and as you get closer and closer, the entire figure begins to move and shift. And as it does, it begins to shake the entire mountain. And how are you guys reacting to this?
Why?
Dalvin's trying to keep a brave face, realizing how everyone's kind of freaking out.
All right. He then see this giant figure opens its eyes, glowing this bright white color, and begin to lean forward. As it does, you see bits and rock from the top of this cavern begin to fall down. I would need everyone to make agility saves, please.
16.
Okay, that's success.
Could I opt instead to try to like swing at it like a baseball bat?
You could try.
Oh,
Love
thank
it.
you. 18 plus 5, 23.
Wow, you needed a 20 for that. Yeah, you as one of these like stalagmites, not too sure which is what, but as a giant boulder falls upon you, you swing it like a bat and you crush it to bits. Ness, what did you roll?
11.
An 11. It's not good enough, unfortunately. Tangi did
That's
not
okay.
roll well as well. You and Tangi will take. I didn't roll high, which is good. Only take 11 points of bludgeoning damage from the rock as you're trying to dodge the rock in time. However, it just falls on you and you just dodge too late. Same as Tangi.
Oh, not too much damage. That puts me at 2 health, Tyler.
I forgot how much hit points you guys are at.
We took a full rest. Wait, we had a.
Yeah, you took a full rest, but she has low hit
Yeah,
points in general.
I only had 1 hit dice left to roll, and my HP max is 18. I'm a spellcaster. I'm not meant to be taking
Could I say I
rocks to the
smashed her
face.
rock and I'll take the damage instead?
I'll allow it.
I mean, it's okay. Like I
I'll
can
allow it.
heal myself.
You know
Cool.
what? I will allow it, but it's up to you guys.
How many
you want
points
to
is
do it.
that?
11.
Yeah, I can eat that. That's easy.
Yeah, so we'll say as the rock begins to fall down, Dalvin, you instead of trying to look cool, you said you try to be heroic and you smash Lavina's rock, but in exchange, you take the damage that the rock would have done. The giant then speaks to you in giant, but none of you can understand it. He then sees you getting out from underneath the boulder.
Do I speak giant? I don't speak giant.
No,
Do I speak?
You speak common and dwarvish.
I miss my character so much. I haven't looked at this character sheet. Just want to make sure.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. You only speak
Mhm.
most of the time. You're gonna speak common in whatever race language you chosen for your race. But he sees a dwarf, and he speaks in dwarvish. A dwarf here in my cavern. I have not seen a dwarf in quite some time, as his bellowing voice echoes throughout this entire cavern chamber.
It wasn't very easy to get here. I don't know how many dwarves could actually get here. We are short, and that's a 20-foot gap.
I'm mainly accustomed to giants. They have the easier path, for they can leap great mounds and bounds. But you made it the same way. I have slept for quite some time, and he kind of looks around at all the undead underneath. And it seems that the keepers of my work have fallen and made this place a dormant for these things.
Yeah, I mean, but, you're up now. You can do something about it.
I am merely up because I felt your presence within the earth. I am as old as the mountain you reside in. Everything that I feel within the mountain, everything that happens within the mountain, earthquakes, events, I feel it all. And seeing that you were able to save your elven friend from danger shows that you all have kind hearts. So I ask why you come to my presence.
I mean, we need a rune.
That is understandable. But a rune of what?
1 second. And he turns to the group. That's a great question. He wants to know what kind of rune we need.
I think we just explain what's going on with the elder tree and whatnot.
None of you two understand that. Understood.
But
No,
he-
I turn
Yeah,
around
he
and
just
relay.
translate.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I told the giant,
So-
one moment. That's a good question. 1 second. And turn around and relay it to everyone else.
Can you
Like,
turn
I
around,
don't
by
think
the way?
we were
You need to
given the
steady
name.
yourself on Tim.
What's up?
Like we don't know the name of the rune. It's not like they said get us, Bobby's rune of tree saving or anything like that. Like we just were told we need a rune. So I think we should just explain to him what we're trying to accomplish with the rune and let the rune man tell us what kind of rune we need.
Fair enough. And then he turns around and just relays that back in Dwarvish.
Go ahead and relay it.
So we kind of... There's a tree that we need to save, and we've been told that we need a rune to save it, but we don't know specifically what kind of rune that would be. We were hoping that you, with your infinite wisdom, would know exactly what kind of rune we would need to accomplish our task.
And that task being, as his face gets closer, you see his face is large. It's huge. It's bigger than you.
Save the world, get rid of these zombies that infect your lands.
He then says, a rune that would be able to stop the undead. You do not need a rune to destroy undead, but you would need a rune for something else. These things, and he points to some of the undead. These things, they will not stop. They shall not. I'm trying to think of words here. These things are easily killable, and a man of your strength should have no issue. I'll ask again. What rune do you seek?
How can we undo this curse on this land?
If
Killing zombies is not taking care of the root issue. I need a rune to take care of the root issue.
to be rid of a curse, he kind of sits upward a bit, scratches his stone chin as he does. Bits of rock fall, but not enough to where like you have to dodge or move out of it. Just dust just falls upon you all. Very well. A rune of purification. But I must warn you, when I do this rune, I must be given an object that could hold a power of such a rune, such as an orb, a wand of such. Do you have something like this?
Dalvin gives him his giant club.
He says, that club, for you, might be extremely heavy and very powerful. But for us giantkin, it is just a standard club as you would have a standard club for your size. I need something more powerful than this.
Dalvin opens up his arms. Take me.
He looks at you. He says, my rune magic is not for any race with the exception of my kind. If I were to inscribe runes on you, you could perish within an instant.
But what if I don't? What if I survive?
He then says, "Are you conversing with your party?"
No, I'm just conversing with him.
Okay.
Locked in.
Do the other party members do anything? You see Dalvin offering himself to this giant.
What the fuck? Lavina's
Yeah, I
gonna
don't
look
know what's
towards Tim
happening.
and be like, "Do you fucking know what they're talking about?"
No clue. Like they were talking about what kind of rune to use, and now Dalvin's trying to give him stuff.
Lavina's gonna use the butt of her quarterstaff and tap Dalvin in the butt. Dalvin,
Yes, what?
what the fuck is going on? What are you?
He
Why are you
needs something
offering
to-
yourself to him?
He needs something powerful to put the rune in. I'm giving myself up.
Powerful,
wanna
like
be-
Dalvin. Powerful, like what? What is
I
he
don't
saying
know.
to you? You
He's
don't
giving me.
speak Dwarven.
Okay. He's going to make a rune of purification to undo the curse of all this undead. But he needs a powerful artifact to infuse it into. My club is not good enough because it's weak as shit. So I'm going to give myself, because I can't think of anybody stronger or anything stronger to hold such a powerful rune.
Did,
Well,
did he
hold on.
say it has to be a person?
No, he said like a marble or some whatever. Whatever.
What exactly did he say? Did you ask him to repeat himself?
Fine. Since my party seems to be upset that I wish to offer myself. What else could I use for this rune? Oh, wise giant.
he said. He says. Hold on, I need to calm myself down here. Give me a second.
Oh, we gave DM the giggle. We gave the DM a giggle
You
fit.
gave me the giggles, yes. He says to you, I need something that can hold magic. Something like an orb, a wand. And he kind of like eyes Lavina's. He kind of looks at Lavina. Lavina, like this giant, like stares at you for whatever reason for a little longer, and then he looks at Devin. Perhaps that quarterstaff of elven bark could assist you in this manner.
I'm insulted to think I'm not strong enough, but one second. Turns around to Lavina. I think he wants your staff.
My walking staff?
Yeah, he's gonna put the rune into the staff. He thinks it might be useful. It's either that or myself. I mean,
Lavina thinks about it for a minute. Like this staff like means a whole lot to her. Like it was given to her by her mentor. She goes,
do you have an orb? He also said that. Or a wand? Anybody?
I
I have a wand. I have a wand.
I was like, I have a wand
Oh.
in my quarterstaff.
Oh, let me see your wand.
Sure.
Here you go.
Yeah, I guess they just both hand over their wands.
Yeah, take your pick.
He shows him both wands for him to choose.
He kind of looks and inspects the wand, and you guys describe what your wands look like.
This one, 9 inches, 3/4. Unicorn hair.
Lavina's is like a gnarled. It looks like an old gnarled branch in a way. Dalvin may have only seen it, and Tangi may have only seen it one other time when they first met in the caves. But it's just like a twisted branch, definitely of elven make. It is well loved.
Mine's made of sassafras wood, and if you scratch it and sniff it, you can smell like the faint smell of root beer from long, long ago.
Hell yeah.
All right. He offers his gigantic hand to you, Dalvin, and he says, "The wands. Let me inspect them."
Dalvin jumps in his hands with the wands.
All right. He takes you up, and it's quite shaky. You're like, "Oh shit!" But then he kind of looks at the wands a little closer, and then you see with his other hand he grabs the Tim's wand. He inspects it, smells it, kind of like scratches a bit on his arm and smells it. Says, "This wand is magical and smells of root beer,
Hmm.
but it is not strong enough to hold my magic. He gives it to you, and he grabs the other wood, and he kind of like inspects
No.
it, smells it, and he says, "This is something that can be used, but this branch of alum bark could explode if the rune could be placed. I need something stronger, unfortunately." And gives the
What
rune.
about the wand and me together, half and half?
It is impossible to fuse an item with a mortal being.
But I said I was a chosen one. What if I'm more than mortal? I mean, I've been here 50 years. Not as long as you, but like, I gotta assume that we're more than just mortals at this point.
And he says, "And I've been here for thousands and thousands of years." And you see that his voice is beginning to echo a bit more, not in anger, but just in tone and volume. And you see that the whole mountain shakes a bit.
Okay,
It
okay,
does shake a bit. And he
I
says,
understand. It's just a quarterstaff. She doesn't want to get rid of it. Like it's a thing. Like I understand. All right, okay. 1 second. Can you put me down? I'll talk.
he puts you down.
Yeah, the wands aren't good enough. Like he's really hell bent on this staff. I'm sorry, Lavina.
Lavina kind of stares really hard at her quarterstaff. She goes, "All right, Dolphin. The world and its livelihood is more important than this staff. I can always find and make another one." She like
Good.
very gently passes it over and takes her wand back and stuffs it in her bag.
Okay. All right. You give the staff, and he inspects it. He smells it. He kind of like rubs on the back of his hand, smells it again, and like looks at it with close inspection. He blows into it, and as he blows into it, you could see that Lavina. What's your intelligence modifier?
3.
3. You can tell of him breathing. He's breathing some minute magic onto it, and as it does, similar to how your staff would glow for some spell casting, it shows this bright glow of effect that you haven't yet to see before, as like the staff that you carry, like kind of the magical effect curls around it once as he breathed into it. You haven't seen that effect on your staff. Most of the effects usually would come from the top of the staff and what have you, but you never seen it do that.
Is incredibly intrigued. She is all about learning new types of magics, so she's watching very intently.
He then says to Dallin, "This elven bark would be a perfect place for your rune, for the rune." And then you could see him like going to the side, and he pulls what seems like to be a giant stone tablet that he then sets in front of you lot. And then he takes a chisel and a hammer, and you know, even though the chisel itself is gigantically large, you see that at the very edge of this chisel is a fine pick at the end. And then for the next several minutes, he delicately carves a rune into the staff. What are you guys doing during all this?
Dalvin was to watch because he. This is like this is like food porn to him. Like he's I don't know how else to explain it. Like he's so enthralled by someone else doing like this work. Like he wants to breathe as this dude is chiseling, like right on it if he can.
Yeah,
Like he wants to be as close as possible. Like
fair
just
enough.
studying the out of this.
He does. Yeah, you do so. Ness, Tim.
I'm sorry.
I'm intently watching it. Like, I'm not familiar with this kind of magic, so I'm gonna learn as much as I can.
Fair enough. Lavina.
I'm so sorry. I stepped away to go pee for like a second. What did I miss?
So much lore. Oh man.
Fuck.
um, yeah. So delicately carving like a master craftsman, Dalvin. You are seeing why he is called the Rune Maker. Even though he's a gargantuan size, he's working on a very tiny object, and yet he's crafting it like the master woodcarver. And after several minutes or so, he finishes carving the rune. He then takes the staff that Lavina has, and he says some giant incantations into the staff. The staff begins to circle around, and more ethereal effects come into play. And you see, as this staff is glowing, you see that a aura is being is emanating from it. And as it does, it seems like this pure, almost holy aura is appearing around it. And as it does, you see the final incantation that the giant says. And as he says it, the aura collapses onto the quarterstaff. And as it does, it shakes the entire mountain and all of you, almost knocking you all over. And as it does, he then see Lavina's staff, which was just seems like to be a regular quarterstaff, now is emanating this glow and has this giant rune carved on the quarterstaff. And he says, "The rune of purification has been set." And then he gently puts it back, gives it back to you, Dalvin. And look wise, it looks neat. And you see the rune carved near the very top of Lavina's quarterstaff.
Can you teach me this?
He says, he kind of looks up and down at you, he kind of inspects you. He says, "I see that you were a skilled mason. I could tell from your enthusiasm and the like. But as a tradesman, you know the trades always keep secret. And I never share the secrets of my runes, even to my giant kind. For as long as I stand, my secrets will be safe with me."
I just want to do an equivalent for dwarves. That was all. All right.
He then
You
says,
keep your secrets.
he says, "My magic has drained me. I must return to rest. Use this staff to complete the goals. And if you wish to make this pure again, the staff will be key. Farewell." And then he kind of molds back into the mountain magically, closes its eyes, and is now once again part of this giant chasm.
Sorry, I have no words. Like, wow. Guys, Lavina, is your staff. Sorry.
What did he say?
We just chopped up. He spoke of old times and he said goodbye. But your staff is done.
Damn.
Yeah, that dude is something else. This is, holy shit.
Well, he sounded like he knew what he was talking about.
It's not even that. Like, I
can
wasn't
feel the
there.
intent behind his voice.
I wasn't there when my capital city was built, but I feel like this is how it felt like. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
I just need a second, guys. Just
Yeah. Do you give the quarterstaff to Lavina?
no, he just kind of sits down and knows what to. He's not even aware of what's happening. He's like, whoa.
Alright.
Yeah, Lavina's gonna like gently kneel down, and she's just gonna not ask, but like attempt to like lift it from his hands.
You know, he gives it. It's fine.
Yeah. You have a +3 quarterstaff,
A what quarterstaff?
a +3.
Off. So it's a 1d8 plus 3 plus my power.
Yeah. Then it's got some special bonuses.
Oh yeah.
So
Cool, brother.
once per day, you can cast an aura from You can use an action to cast an orb from it that lasts for 1d4 plus 1 rounds. And as long that is about a 5 space circle centered on you or whoever's holding the staff. And then as long as they're in there, they cannot suffer any conditions that would be poisonous, infectious, disease, that type of thing. And you could cast the cleanse spell from the staff as well. It also has a special bonus effect that you have to discover later.
Can you send me just the information that you just told me?
Sure,
like,
I'll type it to you.
So I can add it to my notes.
Sure, I'll type it to you. You just got to give me some time.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys got the staff. You discovered, Dalvin, that it does that Lavina's staff is actually elven bark. After you've calmed down from your quote unquote food porn equivalent of a craftsmanship.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Well, what's next, guys? We gotta fly back. Hopefully nothing happened to Blue.
Well, didn't we promise we were gonna find Fifi's home and return some semblance of him to his parents?
Yeah, but I think we gotta. Don't we gotta go back to the fork in the road and choose another path? I feel like we came down this path for the rune. We gotta go double back and then find the path towards Fifi's place. Which I believe is that town that had the question mark on it.
Finn?
I think so.
Alright. Do you guys head your way back? Sorry, I'm just typing the statistics for the plus 3/4 staff.
You don't have to do it right now. Please
Okay.
take your time. Before we leave, Lavina's gonna leave, Is that like a super great offering? But Lavina's gonna leave, 2 gold and the playing cards behind.
Okay. You
As
do
an
so.
offering for this giant.
You do so. Alright. As you guys walk back, you feel that in comparison to when on your way to the room maker, your way leaving from the room maker, the bridge that you currently are on is a bit more shaky than usual. You get the feeling that the loud echoes coming from the conversation that Dalvin and the room maker have some sort of way affected the bridge. Go ahead and make agility checks.
What?
All radiant to scoop us.
18.
18.
16.
16. You rolled a 5, Ness.
Yeah.
Would you like to
my
fate
rolls
die that? Because Kanji will.
Use my. You know what? We get 1 fate die per session. Fuck it.
Yep.
Do I get to add my modifier to the fate die?
No. It's just basically a reroll.
18.
18. All right. It's a good thing Tanji rolled successful as well. The bridge begins to shake abruptly, more so on the way back, but you guys have managed to keep your cool. You managed to track very carefully, and you are able to get across this bridge safely.
Sweet.
Brother?
All right. What do you guys do next?
Check on Blue.
Yeah. You spend the next 30, 20 minutes or so going back, and you see that Radiance has been successfully defending Blues. Blue is unharmed. She picks each and every one of you across the chasm, and as all of you have gone across, you see that some undead zombies, these stone zombies, have fallen from Radiant's hands. She says, "Do not mind them. They were wandering about. They were trying to head towards Blue, but I've defended Blue against them. They are quite harder to hit than your usual undead.
Oh, thank you.
Of course. So where do we go now?
Agreed on definitely back to the fork in the road, and perhaps going to that town with the question mark. Maybe that's where Fifi was from.
Is that what you
But
guys
what's the
do?
next?
I mean,
What's the
Tangy, do you have any insight?
She
What do
said
you think, Tangy? You've been quiet.
he says, well, did Fifi say anything of where he was from?
We got as no. I feel like there's a lot of gaps because not the did he give us the exact town?
I don't think he did. This is the DM
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah, like Tangy, this is as far as he told us to go. We're just going deeper because the stone giants, which is what he was, are deeper in. We have no idea.
Maybe we should go check out the town of Finn. It's the only other town that I see that has a path.
That's fair.
I wouldn't want to go down to the other path where it was crossed out.
Well, at least not yet. I mean, if we have to, we have to. But you're right. Let's go to Finn then.
Right? You guys make your way down to Finn. Hours have passed, and as you go down the path where it says Finn, you guys are getting a little bit tired. You get the feeling that you guys spend most of the day just traveling, and it sucks. So you guys stop at, and you stop during the path. You guys begin to set up camp. What do you guys talk about as you guys are slowly building a fire?
So I realized I made a mistake earlier. I talked too much about salmon. You guys wanted to hear about trout. That's my bad. I apologize. So a lot of people don't realize there's a difference between trout and salmon. But they're both in the genus Salmo. A lot of people don't know that either.
Tim, I'm surprised that I guess you would know so much about fish. I mean, I would
I
suppose the Orklands are right there on the water.
mean, to tell you the truth, it was more of my wife's thing. Uh, we actually moved out, kind of on the edge of town to start a fish farm because that's what she wanted to do, and so I learned a lot about it from her.
We're gonna find her.
I
All
hope
we
so.
know, she could have, gone to the next civilization and started a fish farm there. Because, I mean, food is few and far between. So it is a business worth pursuing, even now.
Yeah.
I like the elves on your island. They're probably still fishing, right?
I would hope so. A lot of the elves on the island are primarily vegetarians, and the island offers, most of what we would need. It's very fertile soil, but I'm not sure how it's been affected by this blight.
Well, I have a. So, do any of the men fight like vegetarians and muscles don't? I'm kind of confused.
I mean, of course we fight and we protect our land, but elves are very. There's a reason you don't see us outside of those islands. Nobody wants to come out there. Elves are very reclusive. Those that do leave tend to be of the dark elf kind. They're not taken too kindly on the islands. Uh, My mother was an herb gatherer, my father was a fighter, but there wasn't much fighting to be done. It wasn't often people came to wage war.
So they're vegetarian because they have no one else to fight?
I mean, I'm not too sure why we're vegetarians. I just know that, at least my community, very specifically, we were primarily like a vegetarian community. We spent a lot of time worshiping the old gods. When you're busy praying and learning healing magic, doesn't leave a whole lot of time for fighting. And I never really had to think about it, I just knew that the islands were safe, and I was told that I would never need to leave until I did. So
Why did you?
my mentor went missing, and he wasn't done teaching me. So I left.
And he left the
I
island?
I don't know. He just kind of vanished. Didn't say a word, didn't leave a note. And I tried to stay to carry on his work, but there were things happening that were just far beyond my knowledge, and nobody on any of the other islands were willing to teach me. Or if they were, it was magic that I already knew. But apparently the island's supposed to have everything I need, right? So I needed, in order to help my community, I left. But by leaving, I am not allowed to go back. As far as they're concerned, I'm dead. They don't know. Those are the rules. So I have spent the last, God, I don't even know, 100 years just exploring the land, and that's how I met, wish I remembered his name.
The ghost.
That's how I met, Malekith. He, I met him on my travels, and that dark magic that you 2, 3 see me wield, he taught me that.
How
But
much
that
do you-
kind of magic is frowned upon.
I'm sorry, but why do you let the opinion of weak men who can't fight deter you from going home?
Those are
It sounds like a place I could just do for you. I'll go there myself. I'll clear it for you.
Well, Dalvin, the elves, we're very superstitious folk. There are rituals and procedures that we have to follow. And they told me whenever I was leaving that if I leave, I would be dead to my community, to my gods, and she motions up to the sky. What few of them I can see, and my loved ones. If I were to come back, it would basically be taken as me cursing the land, and I would be seen as either a spirit or a vengeful
Which?
witch. Exactly. I just wanted to learn to heal and provide for them, but in doing that, I have fated myself to never having a home again. But I suppose in the pursuit of saving the world, I should go back. They're all probably still alive and mostly well. Elves have very long lifespans.
Yeah, we should after this Fi stuff. But I'm going there to fight because it sounds like they need some fighting in them.
As you guys are finishing up this conversation, you hear the ground shake underneath you. And as you kind of looking around to see what's going on, you see further ahead down the path, you see torch light being lit. And in doing so, you see large figures, giant size, silhouettes of shadows of giants holding torches. And seems like where how many giants these seem to be. They seem to be walking towards you guys. Do you guys do anything or no?
Darwin steps out with his great club, but he is tired from traveling, so I will make a note of that.
Okay. Ness, Tim, what do you two do?
I'm keeping the disguise on. I'm hoping this is gonna be just a ships in the night situation. We walk past each other and that's it.
Okay. And what about you, Lavina?
Lena's gonna she's gonna stand up with Dalvin. And just she's not trying to make herself look menacing, but she's definitely got some magic brewing under her skin in case anything happens.
Okay.
Like she's ready.
As these giants walk up to you, you see that there is at least 6 of them, all at least 15 feet tall. And as they approach you, they begin to look. Their what they look like begins to reveal more and more as they get closer and closer to you. You see that these giants are similar looking giants to Fifi, though in comparison to Fifi, who was wearing mostly bardic type of clothing, very flashy type of clothing, they seem to wear mainly like basic cloths and what have you. Not barbarian esque as far as like caveman times, but wearing covered in pelts and what have you. And as these step forward, they are very cautious in approaching you guys. And we're gonna have to call it a night here and see what happens next time.
Oh,
In the new year.
Not in the new year. No.
they seem friendly. They
We
seem
did so
friendly.
much though. We got one part of our thing. We've
We
learned
got the
more.
rune.
Oh yeah, yeah. You guys did a lot. So
So I guess Act whatever. Are we on Act 2 or Act 3? It must
you're
be
in
coming to a
Act
close
3 at this
soon.
point. So
Yeah.
it's coming to a close, yo. And we
Yeah, I
will.
was just telling my coworker today that I'm excited. Like I can feel we're building up to
Yeah.
it, the big finale, and I'm excited for that.
For sure. And then hopefully by the new year we'll schedule more dates. Hopefully Joseph will make an appearance. I hope. Question mark?
Tangy,
We hope so.
Right.
All right, but we'll see you
Joseph's my
guys next time. So till then, take care.
Happy holidays.
Bye.
Happy holidays.
Happy
Happy New Year.
holidays. Oh
Happy
yes.
holidays.